Hey everybody, it's Natalie. Welcome back to Plantish. This isn't a plant video. I wanted to talk about my recovery from my hysterectomy, progress, and just answer some of the questions that you guys have been asking me. I do want to tell you guys thank you so much for sharing all of your comments and your messages in my last video about your personal experience or someone you know or your own hysterectomy or your own surgery. It was really great to see that you guys felt it was a safe place to share everything. And it was really comforting to see how many women and how many people are going through the same thing. Because not a lot of my friends, really none of my friends that are my age that I know have had hysterectomies. And so to be able to just identify and communicate with people who have been through the same thing as me really made me feel very comfortable and much more confident, and I just felt like I wasn't alone because it's a very isolating feeling. I did feel very alone at first, so thank you so much. That really made a huge difference in my overall recovery, and hopefully this video, if you've gone through something similar, I'm going through the same thing, so you're not alone, and hopefully that gives you comfort like it gave me. I really appreciated it. And I did plan on getting this video up much sooner, but we are moving. We just purchased a home and it's having some renovations done, and I've just been really busy, you guys, so I apologize. I would like to make these videos more often, updating you guys on everything. It's helpful for me to talk about, and hopefully it's helpful for you to hear someone going through something. I am feeling a little bit better. After my hysterectomy, a few months after, my doctor put me on estradiol. And after the first couple days, I started feeling better, and I was like, yes, like maybe this is going to make me feel better, get rid of my hot flashes and the problems I was having. And then after about 5 or 6 days, I started getting really irritable, very weepy. I felt like my progress was not getting any better. I felt like I was backsliding and just feeling like how I felt right after my surgery. So I went to see my oncologist. This is the oncologist I see for my blood work every 6 months because I'm a BRCA2 carrier. He also refers me to get all of my breast MRIs, which I get every year. I'm actually going to get my breast MRI today in a few hours. I'm not a fan of getting an MRI every year, but it's preventative, and I really believe that preventative measures are great, especially if you have high risk of cancer like myself. So when I went to see my oncologist, I told him how I was feeling, which was basically crappy. I was crying a lot. I was having problems with my appetite. I felt like I'd lost weight. I felt like I'd lost a lot of muscle, and just overall feeling sad and not good. And he said that when women get a hysterectomy, the old school method of treating that was just giving them estrogen. But when you get a hysterectomy at a younger age, you really need more than just estrogen. You need a little bit of testosterone and progesterone and some other hormones. I don't know them all, but basically that estrogen and the estradiol just wasn't cutting it. So he referred me to see a hormone specialist, which I had my first appointment with a few weeks ago, and that went really well. So when I went to see my hormone specialist, she was great. I told her how I was feeling, and that my oncologist recommended I take more than just the estradiol. She said yes, she agrees. She gave me a slip to do some blood work, which I haven't done yet, but she said at the meantime, to get me feeling better, she was going to give me progesterone. So I started taking the progesterone, and I do feel much better. I still deal with hot flashes. The hot flashes are really uncomfortable. It's like a burning hot sensation. I feel like it comes from my breastbone and radiates out my chest, my arms, and it goes up my face, and my head is burning and I'm sweating, and it lasts for about 2 minutes and then it's over. So I'm still dealing with some hot flashes, not as bad as right after my hysterectomy. So after I get my blood work done and everything, she's checking all my hormone levels. She suggested putting me on a low dose of testosterone. First, she wants to give me a few shots of it, just injections, to see how I feel. And if I feel good, which I'm feeling hopeful that I will, then she's going to give me an implant of testosterone and also an estrogen blocker, because testosterone can aromatize into estrogen. And because I have such a high risk of breast cancer, they want to keep my estrogen levels monitored and relatively low. So far I'm feeling better. My sutures, or my scars, not my sutures, my scars are itchy and uncomfortable. I feel like in my own mind, I'm like, they should look better and they should be healed already, but they're not, and they're still really pink looking. I'll show you guys. I just wish they looked a little better, but it's not a big deal. Overall, my health is more important than the way I look, and if I need to have scars on my body to prolong my life, I don't care. So this is what I'm dealing with right now. And they are really itchy. Some of them are pinker than others, like this one. I noticed that in my sleep, I'm scratching them and I'm like picking at them and kind of irritating the skin. And so I need to stop that. I did start working out a few weeks ago and it's hard. It's hard. I lost a lot of strength, but it does feel good to get back into the gym and to start working out again, not only just for my mental health, to be able to do something for myself, but just my strength. I feel like I've lost a lot of muscle and I'm excited to get it back and just to feel stronger again. After my hysterectomy, I felt really weak and that just added to my overall feeling of sadness. I didn't like the way it looked. I wasn't sleeping. I was sad because my ovaries and uterus were gone. And I had to grieve the loss of that. It may sound weird, I guess, for people who've never experienced it, or maybe even you had a hysterectomy and you didn't have that feeling of something missing, but I did feel that way. And there were days before I started my estradiol and just when I was struggling with my hormones, there were days when I just felt like totally hopeless. Like, this is my life now. This is how I'm just gonna live the rest of my life. I'm gonna be sad and emotional and feel disconnected and just be crying all the time. I didn't know if I would feel better. It's hard to imagine when you're in a situation where you feel so uncomfortable in your own skin that things are going to get better. But I like to look back on past experiences when I feel that way and to look back at things that I've gone through and to know I felt like this before. I felt hopeless before, where things weren't going to get better, and they always got better. So just trying to keep in mind that the situation is temporary and that change is just a part of life and everything that we have to go through. I really don't think there's anything that would have prepared me for the hysterectomy, actually how I would feel afterwards. I thought I was really prepared, but not only was it physical, it was really emotional and feeling very alone. So being able to share the stuff with you guys has helped me a great deal. I really appreciate it. But I do have to get ready to go, so I'm gonna finish this video. I have to get my MRI right now, my breast MRI. I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you so much for all of your sweet comments and messages and support. I hope that you feel free to share your own stories with me and on my comment section. I feel like my channel is a really positive place. I don't really deal with a lot of negativity, and hopefully you guys can feel that. I feel very positive about you being here, so hopefully you coming to my channel gives you the same feeling. I will see you in my next video. I hope you guys are doing well. Thank you so much. Bye, everybody.